What's up, YouTube? Hey, it's a beautiful sunny morning here today in Quartzsite. We're still out at La Posta South, but we're getting ready to move. We're actually planning on moving today, this afternoon. So Shelly's off at the laundry with Sandy. Gonna get the laundry done before we make the move. But it's been really cold here. The last 2 nights, it's dipped down to 31 degrees. So when that happens, I basically, I come out and I turn on the diesel heater, which has been working great, but I also will light the Dickinson propane fireplace there, and it helps heat up this main cabin area quite a bit quicker. Anyhow, this morning I went to kick her on and nothing happened. I'm like, what's going on? I got plenty of propane. So I went over to the stove and there's nothing happening there either. So I definitely have a propane issue. And I just thought I would bring you guys along while I go see. I went out to the tanks and the indicator thing saying if they're full or empty is red. So I don't know if the combiner switch stuck, but I should not have ran out of propane. I know that. It lasts way longer than it did. So I have some kind of issue. I'm going to go out there and see if I can figure out what's happened. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on here. Out here, one of the things I was never super satisfied with is, but my indicator thing is right up there. And it's showing red and saying that I was coming from this tank over here. So, and these are both on, so they should have switched. So I'll see what happens when I switch this supply side. Yeah, nothing happened. That's interesting. So for those of you that don't know, what this thing does is when the tank that it's on runs empty, it switches over to the other tank. When it does that, the little indicator turns red. Then you know to come out here and put the supply to this side, and then you can unhook this one and go fill it and never have an interruption. One of the awesome things about YouTube is seeing where other people have had issues, and Mike and Carrie of Bussy McBusface, he's had these lines fail on him twice. So I'm already suspicious of these lines. And especially, we've had super hot afternoons, and yeah, this one's definitely empty. Yeah, these are both bone dry. That pretty much means that I have a leak here somewhere, because one tank emptied and then it transferred to the other tank and emptied it. So I got a leak somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, guys, I went and I got my other tanks. So this one is all the way full, and this one's about half full. I'm looking to make sure that the O-rings are still in these tanks and the valves, and they are. Well, you can look down in there and see that black O-ring. You want to make sure those are still in there, and they are. So let's see here. What I'm basically trying to do is be able to have pressure back on both sides, so find out what gave up the ghost here. Okay, so I've got the supply arrow pointed over this way. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Well, it's turned green and I don't hear anything. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to put the supply line over here to this side and turn this one on. I don't see any blaring problems here. So I'm going to go, let's go inside and see if the stove lights up. Yeah, I got propane back in here. Huh. So I'm a bit perplexed here. I didn't hear anything hissing out there. I didn't smell any propane out there. So I think the next thing I need to do is I'll fix a bottle of soapy water and see if I can locate any slow leaks out there. But this isn't making a lot of sense to me. And we'll just put, that ought to make, like, that might be 2 teaspoons in there. And that's good and soapy. There we go. Well, let's go try this out and see what we can find. So yeah, but because this is onto this tank, I just let the pressure off of this one. Let's just... I ain't seeing nothing there, guys. So what I'm gonna do is turn this off. Gonna unscrew this and let the pressure off of this because the tank is closed. So there that went. You know, there is some dust in there. I wonder if that is part of the problem. I'm gonna go get a Q-tip and clean that dust out. Or I'll get the blower, that'll work. I screwed that on and then I unscrewed it and look at the dust in there. That could interfere with the seal. I don't know about that. All right, I'm gonna screw this back on, but I'm going to. All right, that's back on there tight. I'm gonna turn this one back on one more time. Check it one more time. This side looks good. So I'm gonna take the pressure off of this one more time. I'm gonna put the supply over to here. What?
What's the verdict?
Well, I haven't been able to find it. I'm still looking. So it doesn't, I just went through that valve there and that thing. Now I'm over here on this one. But I can't smell it or hear it. Can you hear anything?
No. No?
Yeah. I don't see nothing there. I don't see nothing up there. Go in the back here and see anything there. I'm basically going through these joint by joint here, trying to, let me get you back over this way. I'm going through this manifold joint by joint. I got no bubbles anywhere, baby.
Yeah.
Which is good, but then I'm like, is that good or is that bad? Because if it ain't got no leaks anywhere, that means it had to have a leak somewhere else down a line.
Yeah.
I can't smell nothing in here but soap. I wonder if it could be in this transfer switch. So I'll turn them both on and try flipping this back and forth. I don't see or hear nothing there either.
No, I don't either. Oh, yeah, pretty much all you smell is bubbles, huh?
Yeah.
Have you checked the underbay?
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't smell any propane inside here.
So why don't you close that back up, and that way if there is something in there, maybe it can accumulate a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've got the diesel heater off, so we don't have to worry about an explosion.
Okay.
I think we should see if the water heater lights. Why don't you go turn on the water heater? Maybe there's an issue there. Oh, I think there's your issue right there. The red light's on. Oh, there she goes. It wasn't clicking, but it just lit. So, we only have 3 things here that run on propane. This water heater, the fireplace, and the stove. So this cabinet is vented, and we have the sniffer inside. So if we had a leak inside, it would have... Hey, Shelley.
Yeah?
Go see if that thing in the bedroom has any code on it, the sensor plugged into the wall.
No, it says 0.
So we haven't had anything in there. We cannot smell propane in the underbays, so it had to leak out here. I wonder if one of these was just not tight enough.
Okay, guys, here's the big test. Ooh! We do have a flame.
Yeah. So because we have a flame there and that is burning, we know that that line is charged, right?
Correct.
And we got a flame here and that's burning, so
Yeah.
we know that that line is charged. And we lit the...
And we lit the hot water heater.
Go back out there one more time and I'll turn it on. See if it clicks and comes on.
Okay, I'm out here by the hot water heater. Okay. There, it came on.
I'm gonna turn it on, turn it back on.
Okay. So we're gonna turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. You ready?
We're ready. It's going back on.
It wouldn't stand right in front of it in case there is an explosion. You might want to stand to the side.
Do you hear him, YouTube? He's telling me not to stand right in front of it. Okay, just came on.
Okay.
Hey, Randy, you know what?
Huh?
I had a thought. Last night when we were sleeping, we forgot to turn that off, and I heard it during the middle of the night kick on, the hot water heater. Could maybe the pilot light have blown out, but it kept on going or something?
Yeah.
So, because I do specifically remembering hearing it kick on and went, ooh, we forgot to turn that off. He's up there in the window, guys.
So we turned off the propane heater, the water heater. I'm gonna smell in these underbays one more time. I mean, propane is very...
Yeah, it's very noticeable.
Nah, there's nothing in here.
There isn't, other than our stuff.
Yeah, let's open this one up too. I mean, if it was under here,
Yeah, I think you would smell it, huh?
we would definitely smell it. So, I think you heard the water heater come on last night?
Yeah, I heard the water heater come on last night.
Well, the only thing that is a plausible explanation, because if we had malfunctions inside, we would have smelt it and the sensor would have been triggered. There's no leaks at the manifolds or the tanks. We can't smell propane in here, which the lines go to there, so if there was a leak in there, we would be smelling it.
And it got extremely cold last night.
So, yeah, the only thing that I'm thinking is maybe that water heater got stuck. The flame went out, but the gas stayed on.
Yeah.
It did have trouble igniting the other day. So if anybody has had problems, this is a Suburban 10-gallon propane water heater. Is that possible? Did the igniter be haywire, but the propane came on and drained our tanks? If you know, if you have had that happen, let us know. I think what we'll do now is isolate that line. That's one of the good things I have here, is I can isolate that. I can turn that water heater line off when we're not using it.
And we'll make sure we turn it off when we go to bed.
Right, and then I don't know how well we check it though. Anyway, this is something to ponder. But that's the only thing I can think of, is that it's in the igniter, or that the water heater unit's not turning off. So I'm open to any ideas, guys. But beautifully, because we have the manifold, we can isolate that line, and if we don't have any problems with that line isolated, it's going to kind of indicate that the water heater is the issue. So I say we just isolate that line. We'll only turn on one bottle, so if we do lose, well, we won't lose them both like we did, and we'll just keep trying to figure out what's going on here. But we'll figure it out. It's just a matter of time. It's nothing to drop your lip about. It's going to be okay. We'll figure it out.
It's part of the life. It's part of the journey.
Yeah, it's just it's something to do, right? It's a new challenge out here. So when we figure it out, we'll share it with you guys. So maybe it'll help one of you if you have a problem in the future. If I missed something in the diagnostics, or somebody has an idea that might be helpful, I'm super happy to read the comments, and maybe through your comments somebody else can learn something. Anyhow, that'd be awesome. And I just want to say thanks for watching this. Hope you guys have an awesome day full of love and joy, and that your water heater works great. Catch you in the next video.